everybody, Amanda Saladin here from Love Life Yarn, and today we're going to be learning how to crochet the velvet mittens. These are the softest, warmest mittens that I've made yet, and I have several patterns in my blog. So follow along. We're going to make these together, and please check out my blog for almost 100 free patterns. I'm getting really close to that mark, and I'm going to have a big 100th pattern giveaway, so stay tuned. Let's get started. Okay, so what you'll need for this project is one skein of the Bernay Velvet, and I made both my pairs of mittens out of this one skein and still had plenty left over. And you'll also need a size K crochet hook, a yarn needle, and a stitch marker, which I didn't picture here. Okay, so here's my finished mitten. We're going to start with the cuff, and you work it side to side like this, and then you will turn and work in rounds in this direction until you reach the top. And then we come back and we put the thumb on separately. So to begin, start with a slip knot. I've already done mine. And you're going to chain 9 stitches. Okay, so chain 9. And then you're going to single crochet in that second chain from the hook. So I like to work into the back of my loops. I'm going to turn it here. And there's the second little loop. And you're going to single crochet down, and you should have 8 single crochet. If you want a little bit tighter ribbing, you could always use a little bit smaller hook. If you like it to be real tighter on your wrists, you could try a size or 2 down. I just went ahead for this particular pair and used the same hook for the entire mitten. I really did not think I would like the velvet yarn, and then I picked some up and I absolutely love it. I'm making a sweater for myself with it right now. Okay, so here we are, our last chain. Sometimes it's a little hard to work into this last little bump. And here are my 8 single crochet. So I always kind of straighten it out. And then we're going to turn, chain 1, and now we're going to single crochet in the back loops only. So right here where this stitch is, it's kind of hard to see, you're going to split the stitch in half and only grab that back loop. And we're going to do this for each stitch down the line. Doing this as you work back and forth gives you that ribbed look, so it kind of mimics the look of ribbing in knitting. It's not as stretchy, unfortunately, as knitting, like knitted rib, but it's still really nice, gives you a good look to it. Okay, we reached the last one. You're just going to turn the work and repeat. Alright, so you'll repeat this row, just working chain 1, single crochet, back loop only. You'll keep working that back and forth for a total of 18 rows. When you finish 18 rows, go ahead and measure it. It should be right at about 7 inches when slightly stretched. It can be, a tiny bit off for that, and if you did a smaller hook, you might find that it's a little bit smaller, and that's okay because you want it to be tighter around the wrist. So we're going to work, I did mine for 18 total rows. So you can see it's kind of showing that rib pattern. Just work back and forth for 18 rows. Okay, here are my 18 rows. And now we're going to I like to seam mine up already so that I can try it on as I keep working the rest. You can seam it at the end, which is what I used to do, but now I really love to seam it up and try it on as I go. So just stick out our hook here, get our yarn needle, and the way that I do it is I just come through First I go through the bottom stitch, and then I'll just catch this inside loop of each side. It kind of gives it more of a look of the rib. So now I'll come on this side and catch it, and then just go back and forth, picking up the inside loop. Okay, just make sure they line up there. And the last one. Okay, and I usually go around again on this last one, and then I'll bring the yarn to the inside and weave in this end. Okay, now we're ready to work the hand portion. We begin with the thumb shaping. So chain 1 and work into the same space there. And now we're going to work 21 stitches evenly around. Now we had 18 rows if you did the same number that I did. And so you're going to work 21 stitches. So obviously there are a few places you're going to have to work more than one stitch. So you'll need to do that kind of 3 times evenly spaced. So go ahead and work this 21 stitches evenly around. Okay, so here we are at the end. You can see there's my first stitch. I'm not going to do a slip stitch to join. I'm just going to go ahead and single crochet into this. And now I'm going to start using a stitch marker because it gets difficult to see where the first stitch was once you start working in continuous rounds. So you're going to work 3 more rounds even in single crochet. Okay, to shape for the thumb, you're going to start right here and you're going to work 2 single crochet in this first stitch. I'm going to go put my stitch marker back in, and then right here, the same exact stitch, another single crochet 1, and now 2 more in this stitch, so work 2 single crochet in the next stitch. We're growing this little area for the thumb, and then single crochet evenly around to the marker. Okay, for the second round of the thumb shaping, you're going to work 2 single crochet in the first stitch again. And now single crochet 3. Work 2 single crochet in the next stitch. And single crochet back around to the marker. Okay, and for our last thumb shaping round, we're going to work 2 single crochet in this first stitch again. And now we're going to single crochet 5. Work 2 single crochet in the next stitch. And single crochet around to the marker. Okay, now we're ready for the hand. So I'm going to remove my marker for this round. Chain 1, and now skip the next 7 stitches, so count them out, and single crochet in the next stitch. And these stitches that we're skipping will be our thumb, so you can push them out. Okay, so we're going to keep single crocheting. And at this point, I honestly like to go ahead, if I'm making it as a woman size, and try it on so that I can make sure that I've left enough stitches for the thumb. So let's go ahead and do that. Just try it on. You can see where we've worked to so far and how it's fitting. And then just single crochet around, and we're going to single crochet another 13 rows after this one. Okay, so I worked 13 rows even, rounds, and now I'm ready for the top shaping. Okay, when you try it on, it should come up right above your ring finger. Top shaping, you're going to single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together. So insert into this next stitch and pull up a loop, and then insert in the next one after that, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. So single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together, and repeat this all the way around. Okay, so for round 2 of the top shaping, you're going to just single crochet 2 together, repeat this all the way around. When you get done with this round, you should only have 7 stitches left. Okay, so I've completed mine. I only have the 7 stitches here at the top. So you can go ahead and cut your yarn. Leave enough of a tail to sew it closed. Fasten off. Go ahead and remove your stitch marker. We're done with it. Get your yarn needle out. And you're just going to draw this little tail in and out of the stitches. This is how I do mine. I just weave it through. I go in one and then out the other. In one, out the other. When you get down here to the last, you just pull it tightly to close this up. And then I go ahead and make sure that it's going to stay closed by running a couple little stitches through here. And then at this point, before I weave in my end, I always try it on, because a couple times with different yarns I've had a hole that I needed to close up. So this particular yarn did a great job, and I don't see any holes that need to be closed. So we're ready to just put the needle inside and weave this end in. Okay, now we're ready to work the thumb. So we're almost done. We're going to work around these skip stitches. Right now, join the yarn in this chain 1 space on the hand. Chain 1. And you're going to work into the same space. Hold this tight here. And now we're going to work into each of the stitches we skipped. Okay. So you should have 7 skipped stitches. Sometimes I was pointing out a little bit before that I was pointing that in between the chain one space and the first stitch, it kind of looks like a space. So just count out your 7 stitches and then make sure you're only crocheting into them in the chain one space for the hand. Otherwise, you're going to have too many and your thumb will be too big. So when you come around here, see there's again a space. It looks like it might be, but it is not a stitch. So go ahead and single crochet into that first single crochet so we can put our marker on. And for the thumb, you're going to work 5 more rounds even in single crochet. So just single crochet all the way around for 5 more rounds. And now we're ready to close the top. So just like we did top of the mitten, we're going to work single crochet 2 together all the way around. So you're just going to repeat that. And you will end up with 4 stitches. So I still use my stitch marker just in case. Okay, there's 1 stitch, and now I'm single crocheting 2 together again. And repeat. You have to keep turning it because it's so small. Okay, last time. Alright, now just like we did with the top, we're going to cut the yarn, leaving a long enough tail to draw those stitches closed. Fasten off. Get out your yarn needle and take out your stitch marker. And just like we did at the top, we're going to draw it through, so weave it in and out of the stitches. Pull it tight. Go through a couple times to make sure it stays closed. And there's our thumb. And really all we have left is to weave in a couple of ends. You can see this end here. If you see any gaps, like there's a little bit hole right here, you use this tail to sew that closed. That happens occasionally. You'll just use this end, kind of sew it closed. Sometimes it happens on both sides of the thumb, but not always. So just check that out as you have it on. And then weave in your ends. And you're done. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial.